I'm hoping everyone is doing good. We've had a massive coronal hole that was on the far left side of the sun. But as I've said, by now, it will most likely be a trans-equatorial coronal hole, and it has. It is facing us, and it will bring massive solar winds in the next 48 hours. Of course, the Schumann resonance is active. And there are weird things going on right now, such as Lake Erie, for example. Good example right here. Lake Erie is starting to disappear. This is weird, right? So that's something that we want to get into. On top of that, of course, we also want to get into a new law that just passed. Now, I'll get into that literally at the end of this video because I don't like it at all, and I think many people do not need more AI and robotics running this world. So we're going to get into that stuff at the end. We have a lot to get into. I hope you guys have been watching the videos because by all means, there's a lot of things going on right now. So I appreciate everybody. And you guys know this channel has been taken down a long time ago. Like, I wouldn't say taken down, but it's been strike. And many people don't know, I used to talk about the shot, you know what I'm saying? The jabs. I think on live stream is, I think we kind of get away with certain things. We got hurt, and I had to take a test last year for that, if you didn't know. But yeah, we're all good now, and hey, I gotta get into some stuff in today's live stream, which many people may not like, but of course, we're gonna get into the data first, we're gonna get into the juice. So let me know how's everybody doing. Super appreciative for everyone. Of course, we got our pin message for the day. I think we should shoot in with the Italian Schumann resonance data. So kicking off, we have some big red lines here, which is pretty normal, but definitely intense activity. Besides that, of course, as I'm just going through, Italian Schumann resonance, very active, and I'm just skimming through data right now. I'm only seeing some green and red, so it's pretty calm around here. Definitely some unusual activity in some of these stations. This is the Inatos. I don't know how to pronounce that. And then, of course, I guess we should jump into something odd real quick. And if you guys didn't know, Lake Erie, by the way, and this is, I know we're getting into a lot of different topics because most people don't really talk about this. And in Ohio, it would seem that something very weird is going on. Based on the knowledge and based on what I've seen, there were some massive intense winds in Lake Erie, and apparently it has caused certain areas to empty. So some areas are not really seeing any water. So very odd here. I don't know, this is just an unusual thing. I mean, this is something that I feel like should have been talked about more, but it wasn't. And there was even a massive shipwreck, an old ship from a long time ago that was seen. So, it's actually pretty crazy. I don't know why people don't really talk about this too much. Jumping, of course, into something I'm very familiar with and something y'all are familiar with, and that's the Schumann resonance. Very, very active the last 12 hours. Massive integration energy, strong, intense energy, and as of right now, still a lot of energy getting pushed in. So this is pretty intense stuff right here. Now, let's kind of get out of this chart, and let's shoot right into what the heck is going on right now. and that is, of course, an X1.9 solar flare. This is one powerful X-class solar flare. Now, this is pretty much intense. This came from Sunspot 4299. And this is literally the same spot that 4274 was pretty much doing, which was last month. This was a massive X-class solar flare. And of course, along with it, we pretty much seen a massive CME with it, basically. That's pretty much what GOES 19 pretty much end up detecting. So this was a pretty big eruption, and overall, of course, it was pretty intense. This sunspot region had 6 M-class solar flares, which is also intense. And there's actually even stronger chance we can get another X-class solar flare. One that faces us, one that actually definitely causes some impact. But on top of all that, we of course have a trans-equatorial coronal hole that's facing us, and enhanced solar wind could arrive in less than 3 days. So pretty intense if you ask me. I hope everybody's having a wonderful day in this live stream or night. I hope everybody's doing good. How's everybody been? Make sure you guys hit the like button and make sure you guys subscribe. I really appreciate it. We're constantly giving you guys updates with space weather, Schumann resonance, 3i Atlas. Do a lot on this channel. So hopefully that's something a lot of the new people are into. Now this is a trans-equatorial coronal hole, and as of now it's facing us. It's pretty darn intense. I'm gonna show it to you guys. So normally when you look at the sun, you're probably thinking, oh, it's supposed to be very, very yellow and whatnot, maybe orange. Well, then you see this thing, and for those you don't know, this right here is a coronal hole. This is massive. Millions of Earths can actually fit in that sucker, and it's facing us. Now, this coronal hole is a spot. It's a dark spot. That's what a coronal hole will look like on this image specifically, 193A. And this sucker is a hole in the sun. And winds and solar winds can pretty much come from this. It pretty much brings a lot of solar plasma and things like that, ejections, and those all hit the Earth. And that can cause a wide variety of issues. Whether that is tech issues, Starlink, which of course there's been many people who struggle with Starlink. There's been a lot of people who have been having issues with Starlink, and of course when you get hit with a stealth CME or really any solar activity, especially now that we're in solar maximum, you're going to have a lot of tech issues, a lot of internet issues, as many people have been having tech issues, internet issues, and it's pretty massive. There's been a lot of outages. There's been all sorts of problems lately, whether it's airport stuff, anything. And these definitely have an impact, especially those who work in space. Any satellites, they get disrupted by things like coronal holes, which is something that should be talked about more in the news. But then again, it is what it is, right? Massive eruptions on the far left. These are the new sunspot regions coming in from the sun. These new sunspot regions are truly active and unleashing massive plasma, massive activity from the sun. And of course, soon these sunspots will eventually, we don't know, but could erupt and send some massive plasma towards the Earth and definitely cause some massive havoc. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens in the next few days, as we already had massive activity. Looking at solar flares, there hasn't been much in the last 24 hours exactly. But of course, we did have the massive X class, but since then, there just hasn't been anything new. There have been multiple sunspots showing up in the sun: 4299, 4295, 4296, 4298. And all of these, specifically 4299 and 4296, are starting to. These sunspot regions are already starting to get more active. They are starting to widen up, and the chances of them releasing a stronger class flare has gone up a lot. And so far, we have about, I'm going to say, at least 3 regions right now where an M and an X class is more likely, which is, that can get chaotic. So things are definitely active right now, and things are definitely intense with the sun. And many people may not realize this, but it's definitely massive. It's definitely a big deal. So that is that activity. I'm gonna break down more Schumann resonance activity, and then I'm gonna shoot into a new law that was passed by Trump. He pushed this new thing, and I don't know about you guys, not really a fan of AI. But of course, let's break down the Schumann resonance. So let's take a look at the amplitude of what we've pretty much been hitting. Only about 13 hertz. Doesn't look like we've been hit with really, anything intense. Let's take a look at the electromagnetic spectrum. There's been nothing either. So overall, things have truly been intense, and things have just been, quite chaotic. I do hope everybody's doing good though. Let's look into this. So Trump did something new, and this is the thing that I really want to get into right here, because I find it to be interesting. And it's called Genesis. Now, we've already broken down solar activity, Schumann activity, of course, Schumann, Italian Schumann resonance, solar activity, the coronal hole, the massive CME, and we just talked about a storm surge that happened near Lake Erie, making it look empty, and a shipwreck, an old shipwreck being revealed. A lot of weird things going on right now. Nobody's really talking about it. Sucks to have Starlink, by the way. But Genesis. So, America is in a race for global technology dominance in the development of AI, an important frontier of scientific discovery and economic growth. To that end, my administration has taken a number of actions to win that race, including issuing multiple executive orders and implementing America's AI Action Plan, which recognizes the need to invest in AI-enabled science to accelerate scientific advancement. And the challenges we face require a historic national effort comparable in urgency and ambition to the Manhattan Project. So they are trying to completely push. Says, keep the light in front of you that is not behind you, or get a ring of light, your content is dark. Man, we're gonna just keep it that way. I kind of like it this way. A little bit. But yeah, when we show you the data and we show you everything, we show you. But I usually just keep it like this. I'm pretty comfortable with it. I move this thing everywhere. I mean, this lamp is bright. I don't know why it keeps darkening, I have it, it's connected with the tripod. But as you can see, this is something that I'm guessing Donald Trump said when it came to Genesis. I'm not a fan of this Genesis, I don't know where we're really going in a society. As a young man, I think by now I feel like we should have been way ahead. I mean, in the 60s, we landed in the moon. by now we expect it to be way ahead. I feel like instead of really investing in human intelligence or um, anything for humans or anything to anything to better technology instead of artificial intelligence, I just don't like the idea of that. I feel like all they're doing is just investing in AI, and they're going to invest more and more into it. And I mean, what does this mean for us, right? So they want to invest in all this, and I don't know. You guys tell me what you guys think about it, because honestly, I don't think anybody is that interested in AI. I mean, I don't think AI is a bad thing, but I think, you know, with what they're trying to do, and we don't know the intentions here. I mean, many young kids these days, right, in school, a lot of young kids, whether you work somewhere, whether you see them one way or another, kids these days are like, how do I say, they have trouble speaking. A very simple thing. Like they do have trouble speaking. Um, they don't know how to like say simple sentences. Really hard thing to say, but it's kind of the truth. Like schools these days, most teachers are not teaching, and that's just a fact. I went to school, graduated 8 years ago, or about 8 years ago, and I just feel like most people, like most teachers, are lazy. And especially now with all the technology that they're implementing in schools, the glasses that they're putting in schools, I think kids wear like Oculus or something, a Meta Quest. Like, there's just so much like AI and technology that they're using in school. Um, Many teachers are lazy. They don't really do anything. Some teachers do, but a lot of teachers are lazy and they don't really teach the kids. And where is AI helping in this? Where is AI pushing human intelligence? Where is AI helping, right? Where is it really helping in? Where are we really investing in? And coming from someone who's in their mid 20s, what does the future look like? Is it, like really, where are we going here in a society? I don't really see us going anywhere. I don't really see us expanding. I see us shrinking. And I mean, that's just what it is. But I really appreciate everybody, for tuning into the stream and supporting. Another thing that people don't realize when it comes to AI is the more this AI that gets pushed, the more things that get created. You're seeing in gaming, they want your face barometrics. Big games want face barometrics, right? They're using AI so that certain people can talk and use certain tools on YouTube, right? That's kind of a big thing that just happened a few months ago. Even TikTok, they want people to verify, right? They want to use face barometrics, and unfortunately, this stuff doesn't work. It has messed up many people's ages. Many people are definitely like people that are 13 are 20. People that are older are even being registered as 13. So a lot of this stuff that you're doing with AI, a lot of it is not really helping or working. And I mean, there could be a lot of problems here. So the fact that they're really pushing into this when it's not even like perfect or good enough, this is a problem. And a lot of the data that they're really sucking in from people, right? Every technology people are using, and we're going towards what, digital IDs. We're going towards a million bajillion things at this point, right? Digital this, that, everything, right? Like we're kind of like going so much into it. do we really know where we're going with this, right? I mean, anything could get hacked these days. Anything could happen. Where's the safety, right? Where's the limits here? What's going on here? So, to just do something this massive and to invest who knows how much into something like this and to make it, you know, pivotal, to make it something historic and big and such a big deal, just like that, I don't know. There definitely has to be an understanding of really what Genesis is and where we're going with technology, right? Are we gonna make something better than a smartphone? Are we gonna, or are we just straight up like AI and just improve things? Like, I feel like there's so much more we can do, and I have no idea if there's a good intention here, or is it just going to bring a lot of problems for those? We don't know. So overall, of course, definitely something to think about. Super grateful and thankful for everyone who watched the streams and supported. Um, you definitely got to question everything. Um, I don't know where we're really going here. I feel like America has done a pretty bad job, in my opinion. Really, like after going to the moon, that was a pretty big deal. But we've done nothing since in space. We can't even get pictures for 3i Atlas. I don't know. Amateur astronomers are doing a better job than NASA. And seriously, the list goes on here, right? 20 million teams, is that what they said during their broadcast? Keeping us up to date. They didn't keep us up to date for 40 days, right? What about the whole month of October? So, again, why were they shut down during that moment? I have no idea. Why are they launching a secret mission all of a sudden at the secret defense mission that they're telling nobody about? Right? Like, are they here to inform us, or are they here to just laugh at us? I don't know. Do not care. But all I know is we have to question, speak our truth. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm going to go and hopefully this doesn't get taken down.